$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
KISW presents the KISW Financial Advisor. Here to talk money, please welcome Todd. I invented numbers, so I know how this stuff works. Peach.
Oh, yeah, there he is, with over 16 years as being the guy for BECU, senior manager of business development. That's a pretty good thing. Plus, he's just, over 25 years of financial experience. Todd, good to have you back, buddy.
Thanks, BJ. Good morning.
Good morning. And don't forget, man, BECU is a great credit union where basically it is just like a bank, except that everybody who is a BCU, who's a member, is also kind of an owner, really. And therefore, all the profits get turned back into the people that are banking at BECU. That's what's so great about a credit union. Check them out at becu.org. If you live, work, or attend school here in Washington State, boom, you're in. Just like that.
Boom.
And Todd will answer any question you got. And 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Todd, we got to start off with a text message. This person, actually, this is a Facebook message. My credit union offered me a chance to do an IRA, money market, or CD account. I have about $5,000 in savings. Should I take them up on these offers? From Joe in Port Orchard.
Well, the problem with a money market or CD, those are short term. You're not going to make a whole lot of interest on those. If it's an IRA, I would, depending on your timeline, like me and BJ might be appealing because we're not that far away. But
yeah.
But if you have time on your side, you're not going to win a money market or a CD. So you're going to have to go with the uninsured side of the credit union or another investment company. So similar to, you could open up an IRA. Most credit unions do have a financial advisory side of the house as well. So that would be my question to them: is do they have a financial advisors that you could talk to? And these are going to be uninsured accounts, but you're going to potentially make a lot more money in the long run.
Hey, Todd, are you sweeping, cooking, you doing anything around the house over there? We're not interrupting anything, are we?
I don't think so. Do you hear a backgoing noise?
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, I felt like you were moving stuff around.
I thought he was shuffling some cards.
Oh, that's what it was. Are you working as a dealer now in Vegas? What's happening?
My side job, yeah.
That's right. He tells you what to do with the money, and then he spends it.
You know what? Thanks for bringing that up, by the way. I mean, because I turned the big 6-0 this year, and Todd's right, man. It's a whole different world for me. It's like I can't, everything was about long-term investments. Get those IRAs going. Get everything you can. And now it's like, well, you sure you really want to do that? And, getting a 30-year-old loan on a house is maybe not the good idea for a guy like me, because am I going to be around for 30 years?
If you're not, then it's someone else's problem, like your daughter.
Oh, that's what it is. It is interesting, Todd, as your whole life pretty much you and I have been told, yeah, it's a long-term plan. And now you got to start thinking about like your investments and what percentage you put in stocks, what percentage you put in bonds or whatever else. And it's, what age do you start worrying about that kind of thing? Or does it gradually happen? Like in your 30s, you got a percentage, in your 40s, you do that percentage switch? Because a lot of us have 401ks and we know we're supposed to pick stuff. But I mean, I don't know if how often we're supposed to change those allocations.
Well, there are. I mean, if you don't know how to do it, obviously you could reach out to somebody. But there are age-based funds out there, BJ. So you could they call them target date funds, and what they do is they get more. They rebalance for you and get more conservative as you get older. So in your 20s, you're probably going to have almost everything in the stock market.
Do it, Vicky.
You get in. Okay. Yeah, she absolutely. Then as you get older, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it starts to get a little bit more conservative. But BJ, you're always going to have some money in the stock market because you need that for growth, or you will most likely outlive your savings.
Yeah, so that is an interesting point, because I always thought, hey, once I retire, I don't need to worry about saving anymore. I just take all that money and live off of it. And I've come to find out that ain't what you're supposed to do. No.
So you will always have some money in the stock market, no matter what.
Yes, Steve.
You'll need that for growth.
Out the old 60-year-old man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You'll be 60 someday.
Yeah, I know, but, I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Sure, a 35-year-old listener's like, great, I'll worry about this in 25 years.
Well, there is that, I thought when I was that young that I would just set it and forget it.
Right.
And you actually do have to make some alterations as you go from your 30s, 40s, 50s. Like, you do have to not just set it and forget it.
Here's an interesting question. I'm not sure if this is a hypothetical question or this really happened. They said, if my wife passed away last December and I got a stimulus check for her, do I have to pay it back during tax season?
Ooh. You should send it back now. If I've had that happen, I've heard that happen to a few other people. With the first stimulus payments that went out, they made some errors and sent it to deceased people. So I would just send that back to the IRS right now, and you'll be done with it. So.
Oh, because they will find out, Todd. There's no way I can go out and buy some new stuff with that.
I mean, who knows, right? It's just the right thing to do.
Dang it! Why, Todd? Why am I going to do the right thing?
Can we just prop up somebody like a Weekend at Bernie's thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. I'm not dead yet. All right, well.
Safest thing is just to send it back now. So.
Sorry to hear about your wife.
Yeah, that's obviously that's definitely some sad news. But why do we have to talk to Todd? Todd always tells us to do the legal things.
Well, that's what he's here for. It's not like Uncle Vito's financial helper guy.
Yeah, we have to find Uncle Vito.
Although that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Wait, we should do 2 segments. We'll have Todd tell us the legal way to do your money, and then we'll get Uncle Vito in the next segment. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We're talking to Todd Peach from BECU.org. Don't forget, man, you want to do your banking at BECU? All you got to do is live, work, or attend school here in Washington State. You are eligible.
I feel like, well, first of all, we got someone that has something nice to say about you, Todd. So it says, and it seems like credit always comes up during this segment. A few years ago, this person said my credit was at a 430. I listened to your advice. I got all of my credit cards below a third and became more responsible. And yesterday, my score was 741.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's well done. That's a hell of an achievement.
And then this person says, I'm a BECU member with good credit and very little, if any, debt. But my 24-year-old daughter is rated about 635 credit score and trying to up her score. What's the best, most efficient way that I can help her boost her score? For example, have her sign up for credit cards, co-sign for it, or add her to one of my cards, have her get secured credit cards, something else? Thanks, rock on.
Maybe Uncle Vito. He should send him to Uncle Vito. Hey, Todd, that's always that's a big question, because I ran into that with Joe. I thought Joe would be in great shape because he had a credit card and he was doing all the right things. But then we could not get the best deal with a car loan unless I co-signed, because his FICO just wasn't good enough just with the credit card action. So what's the next step for a young person?
So did you co-sign a credit card?
I co-signed the car loan. Yeah, so that's what I did, because that was the only way.
He had a credit card to begin with, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's the first step. Is what I did with my daughters is I just I opened a credit card in their name, but I was on the account. I could monitor it within my online banking, so I could coach them and see where spending was going, making sure everything was paid. So that's the first step. Second step, if you wanted to, you could do what's called a shared secured loan at BECU anyway, where you put up like $200, $300 into an account, and then you'll make payments of $10, $12 a month or whatever it is over a 1 or 2 year period. And that the benefit of that, it just gets reported on the bureaus as
really?
like an installment loan, is what a car loan would be. So that would be the second step. But I for my kids, it was enough. They had a small student loan, which helped, honestly, and the credit card, and they were off on their own. So
all it takes is a couple $100 though for that shared secure loan. After you do the credit card first step, just throw a couple $100 in there, pay $10 a month with that secured loan, and that helps too.
It gets reported on the bureaus as an installment loan, which is a different type of credit, similar to the auto loan, like you mentioned, BJ.
And Todd, are there any plans at all to redo that system? It makes no sense to me that a person with no negative credit history doesn't get better credit for what they've got going on. I find it so horrible that nobody's given a chance, like they have a low credit score, even though they've done everything right by other standards of life.
Yeah, I mean they are working on some things, BJ. For example, if you rent, you don't get credit for that, right? You don't get credit for making payments. If you pay your utility bills on time, your cell phone bills, none of that's getting reported today. But I think it's something that the people are trying to work on. And there are companies out there that claim that they can report that for you, but I haven't seen that yet. There also, we just have to be careful. The bureaus in companies and different are getting more attuned to social media, honestly, in trying to factor that into your character, if you will, on how you behave. So we'll have to see if that comes to fruition. I'm sure there's a lot of privacy issues and different things that go along with that.
So I should delete all my shirtless selfie Sunday tweets.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean,
well, the IRS is probably watching you, Steve, just to make sure you're returning that money. So.
Great. Now
that does suck because I've seen people on social media post pictures of them doing activities that you go, all right, you do not look like you're very responsible. And the fact that could actually have an impact on your financial life, just like the pictures or tweets you put out there. Wow.
We'll see. I mean, there's just been talk about that. But again, I think there's probably a lot of privacy issues that go with that. I don't know that.
I'm blocking the IRS on my Twitter right now.
Good call, Steve.
Yep, they will not be able to see my tweets. Uncle Sam, goodbye.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And if you don't get your questions answered, you can always go to KISW.com. Go to the webpage, scroll down, you'll see the banner with Todd's smiling face. He and I are there. Click on that, and you can email him. Todd always answers any questions he can for you. He's glad to do it.
So I want to know, I've been thinking of filing bankruptcy. Is this a good idea, and do I need a lawyer, or can I do it without one?
That's a good question. I suppose you could. I guess I would need to know a little bit more on why you want to file bankruptcy. So what I would recommend is that you reach out to the National Foundation for Credit Counselors. That's nfcc.org. They have free bankruptcy counseling available to you. These are all nonprofit accredited agencies, so they can walk you through that process to see is bankruptcy the right thing for you, and if that decision is, then they can help you through that process and direct you to an attorney if you need one. So I would reach out to nfcc.org.
Todd, what's a good litmus test for someone to at least consider getting that evaluation? You know what I mean? Because go to that website you talked about. But, what's the canary in the coal mine for people financially where they can go, man, I wonder if I'm ever going to be able to pay off this debt? How many months in a row or years in a row does somebody have to be basically not making any headway before they realize maybe I should go talk to a professional to see if bankruptcy is the right thing?
I guess if you feel like you're upside down and you're drowning and you're having a hard time even staying on top of minimum payments, I would reach out to the credit counseling agencies now, right away. I mean, I wouldn't wait more than a month or two, honestly. If you're not able to save more than you bring in, just a little bit, if you're not able to save anything, that means we have a problem that if we can't, that we need to take care of it and we need to address either by reducing our debt or figuring out ways to make more money.
We're talking to Todd Peach from BECU, and Todd, as usual, man, our time is done. But man, I appreciate all the good advice you give us. And if you didn't get through in the phone lines, just go to KISW.com, scroll down, and you'll see that banner with Todd and I. And Todd will answer all the questions you have. Todd, man, we will talk to you next time, brother.
Thanks, BJ. Appreciate it. Take care.
And don't forget, BECU, man, that's a great place to bank. If you live, work, or attend school here in Washington State, you can be a BECU member. Just go to BECU.org. All right, this next story is insane. A news anchor posted a video where she revealed that she was having an affair with the mayor, and then she punched her manager, who she was also having an affair with. And, of course, we got the audio. You'll hear it at 8:17.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top-Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Oh, this, you know, we like to highlight excellence in broadcasting. That's what we're all about here. And, well, this day's award goes to 41-year-old Maria Athens, who's an anchor at the ABC Fox CW station in Anchorage, Alaska.
How many networks do you watch? ABC, Fox, MCW?
I guess maybe they don't got a lot of TV shows, the TV personalities locally up in Anchorage. I don't know how she's got all those stations under her belt.
They don't have a lot going on up in Anchorage.
Because, those are 3 different networks, and she's the anchor for all of them.
Wait, like, you're hired. And she's like, which station? All of them.
All of the stations.
Whatever station's on television, you're doing the news, Maria.
Yeah. Now, listen, I have to highlight the fact that Maria had some breaking news. She did this last Friday on Facebook, and she did a Facebook video in the station's control room. She had breaking news where this is a hell of a story. She said the Anchorage mayor, Ethan Berkowitz, quote, had his male genitalia posted on an underage girl's website, which, I mean, that news is obviously scandalous and what the F. But the video is very strange. She's talking as if she's doing a news promo, but then she seems to be upset, unfocused. You're like, okay, something is off here, and we'll let you hear for yourself.
Hello there, Maria Athens from Fox ABC CW Newsnet National Alaska. Breaking news, according to reliable sources, Anchorage Mayor Ethan Berkowitz has his male genitalia posted on an underage girl's website. Coming up tonight, Fox 4 News at 9 and Newsnet National for sure will cover this. You heard it here first.
She has to have had a couple of drinks in there.
Yeah.
Or do you think it's just emotions are making her just kind of go a little loopy?
She might be tripping out because she knows she's saying some bad stuff because she's pissed. And there's a reason why she's pissed.
And she never checked in for the weather.
Oh, that's a tell right there. Never checked in for the weather.
Here's Robert De Niro with the weather.
Looks pretty good.
Oh, okay, there we go. Now, see, that would have been more normal.
Right.
Well, when you make an allegation like that and you happen to be a news anchor, which people will tend to believe what you say.
So she put that on the company's Facebook or on her Facebook?
I don't know. It just said she posted this video, but it was in the station's control room where it was, originating the video itself.
Gotcha.
I don't know where she posted it, though.
I imagine she has access to their Facebook. Oh, it's on her professional Facebook page. So
okay.
Her, Maria, I'm on the news everywhere.
The trouble is if you're the station, she's still your employee. You're still kind of asked whether she does it on her own.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Could you imagine someone doing that? If Vicky had one too many drinks and goes on KSW's Facebook page, and just starts diming people out for stuff that's not even true.
Yeah.
That's way more epic than if Vicky does it on like the Vicky Barcelona page.
But if she did it on the Vicky Barcelona page, she could at least keep it up as long as she wants, because Taryn would take that stuff down, or maybe not. Especially if she said I had my genitalia like in a farming magazine.
I'd share it on my page before I took it down.
Yeah, that's a good point. By the way, there's no truth to the rumor that my genitalia is on a farming magazine page anywhere.
Wow. Goats and Friends.
It might be on a bale of hay somewhere.
It's on the Goats and Friends website.
Wow, I was just going on a bale of hay. Now you got to put me with animal husbandry over there. Okay, fine.
Wow.
So the police investigated this, and the FBI, when the FBI is called in, okay, what the FBI? And they called in, they were investigated. Turns out this was not true. The mayor never had his genitalia anywhere near an underage girl's website.
Oh, man, if I'm the mayor, how glad are you that it's been just debunked, not just by him, but by the FBI?
But you have to wonder, hey, why was the mayor the subject of this horrible, horrible accusation? Well, it turns out there was something going on with the mayor and Maria Athens. They were having an affair.
So she's a scorned lover.
Yes, she is.
That's one way to get revenge on someone. Breaking news.
Yeah. And, of course, to have an affair, one of you got to be married. The mayor, he was married. He was very embarrassed, so much so he resigned. So this statement from her got him out of office. I mean, one way or the other. But, she's got to be in trouble, right? You can't be saying stuff like that about somebody. Then Maria posted the video after she posted this video.
Now, she said allegedly she wouldn't get in trouble. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, allegedly. She said, reliable sources. I'd like to know who those were. That would be me when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
How about this, though? After she posts this video, then Maria doesn't stop there. She went and punched the station manager. Now, why would she punch the station manager? Well, the same reason she would make up stories about the mayor. She was having an affair with the station manager, too.
Wow. So Maria likes to party.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I
Breaking
think
news.
The common denominator is, Maria, is that if you're pissed off at somebody for what? I don't know, but it can't be for being unfaithful, because you are just home wrecker central, and you're being unfaithful to the people you're being unfaithful with, actually.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's like,
unless these were her in different times. She might have been in the relationship with the mayor, found out he's married. It's like, screw that.
She did do that already.
Okay, forget that.
Okay.
And then starts hanging out with the manager, not realizing that person, is that person married? Do we know that?
We had no info about that.
Okay.
An affair is, to me, if you're having an affair, one of you got to be married.
Yeah, I don't know what Maria's marital status is. If she's got a husband, boy, oh boy, does he have some questions.
Yeah, that's a fact. They don't say whether she is married herself.
She likes to party, but I don't know if I want to party with her.
No, College Steve would have partied with her.
Yeah. Vicky showed me her video, and until she started speaking, I thought, oh, there's an attractive woman. But then she, I couldn't hear the audio, but you could see the facial expressions, and you're like, okay, she
kind of looks a little bit like Maria Shriver.
She does. You're right.
And I don't know if it's just because the Maria part leads me down that road, but she's got that, I don't know, that's the stereotypical looking newscaster look.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they all go to the same hairstylist or something, or a clothes stylist or something, or what's going on in the world of news broadcasting.
Can you give me the bang and the mayor do? Can I get that?
Well, apparently that's that look as well.
She was arrested for assault, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct. You can check out her video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.
But she got an Emmy for that broadcast.
Well, she should get an Emmy.
She should get a local
that.
Emmy for that.
Boy, Anchorage, man, it is. When you think about it, that is way the hell away from everything.
Is it?
That is.
It really is.
I've never been to Alaska. I don't know what. I know Juneau, I know Fairbanks, and I know Anchorage.
Well, Anchorage is the biggest one, right, Rev?
Yeah, I don't know for sure on that.
It is the biggest city.
It's a pretty big town, but it's still an Alaska town. I went there last year for a weekend, and it's just, there's nothing going on in that place.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing I did there, and I think it's just my own stupidity, as I tried to go to a Thai restaurant in Anchorage, Alaska. Woo! They didn't even ask me for spice levels. They just don't even worry about that sort of thing. It was the blandest food I'd ever had in my entire life.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So let me ask you this. Because I don't know if you ever watched the old show Northern Exposure, which I really love that show, but they depicted what life in Alaska was like. Did you feel I don't know if you saw the show, but did it feel very rural, even though you're in Anchorage, which is the big city?
Yes, absolutely. But on the plus side, they did have hot dog carts, but they sell reindeer meat.
Woo!
Yeah.
Did you try it?
I did, and actually, it's pretty good.
I'd like a slice of Rudolph, please.
Yeah, do they have them do they have fun with it with the names? The Rudolph has extra ketchup at the tip or something like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice anything like that, but I bet if you asked them real nicely, they'd do it for you.
Yeah. So it's deep. I mean, when you think about just the location of it, it's deep. I mean, they are way cut off from the rest of America. I mean, granted, the internet makes everything a little bit easier, but they're way the hell over there. I mean, they're close to, in some cases, they're closer to Russia than they are to some states.
I have some buddies that live there, but they also come to town. They're wrestlers over in Alaska, and they have like some wrestling shows, and that's like a goal. I want to, like, once things get a little less crazy, I want to go to Alaska and wrestle in Alaska.
Oh, do you really?
Hell
cool.
yeah.
You're going to wrestle like a moose?
No, they have like humans that you wrestle. Like,
oh, really?
I'm not wrestling a moose unless it's the Mariner Moose, like someone in a Mariner Moose costume.
They got
I don't know how trained the mooses are there.
Oh, they're very trained. Oh, yeah.
What's the plural of moose?
That would be moose.
Yeah, it's still moose.
Yeah, unless you're Boris Badenoff, then it's mooses.
And someone said I had sushi in Anchorage, and it was fantastic.
All right. Well, there's fish in fish in Alaska. We know they go up there and get fish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the sushi should be good as long as you
do
get
you
the
think
right
they have
kind
ice
of
cream
guy.
stores there?
I would imagine that
they probably have ice cream stores. I didn't try any ice cream when I was there, though, interestingly enough.
I feel like if you just leave your cream outside, you have an ice cream store right at your own house.
So it says the Beartooth Theater Pub is in Anchorage, and that's where they run B-Run movies. And they have a dive bar in the back corner from Rose and Tacoma.
Oh, cool. One of the coolest places there, and this is like a place like, Steve, if you go, like, I would want to go with you just to show you this place. It's called Chilkoot Charlie's. And it is the weirdest place because it's 3 stages, 3 dance floors, and 10 bars basically stapled together.
It's a gentleman's club is what you're saying.
It is the biggest bar there.
Nice.
And it's literally because it's too cold for you to, like, go bar hopping. And they realized that, so they just added another dive bar to one of their dive bars, and they just kept doing it.
So you get like
Coots is Anchorage's premier venue to get a drink.
Yes.
In a safe and unique environment.
And absolutely unique. There's one bar that actually recreates a bar that sunk back in the day, so it's kind of tilted and weird, and they just staple underwear to the ceiling.
Oh, that's my kind of place.
Oh, it's so great.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right there.
The place is a hoot, man.
Oh, there's
a total dive bar. It just looks like it has like tree stumps as bar stools.
Yeah, and it's like, if you're like, I don't like the drinks here, or they even have a comedy club so you can go watch a show, or hey, maybe one of the bands you don't like, you just literally go around the corner and there's a whole new bar.
This is a place I could never bring my wife to because I think she would have total anxiety because it just looks like it's like a place that doesn't get like their walls cleaned.
Yeah.
No, because it's got like just underwear hanging from the walls and ceiling.
And the place usually, obviously this year is completely different, but like the place would be packed with like 1,000 people.
Yeah, that's
997 of them are dudes.
Yes.
Yeah, Alaska.
It is Alaska.
I'm in for this.
All right, do it.
Well, when?
Well, I don't know. It's your schedule.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What am I now, your travel planner?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we're going to have to check out some of the ice cream shops because I was curious if Anchorage actually had any, and they have quite a few. They have like Wild Scoops, which is all handcrafted. It looks so yummy.
All right, well, look at that.
They're having like homemade cookie sandwiches with the ice cream inside.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, but guys, it's cold up there.
Who cares? Inside, they probably got heat.
They usually do.
Most likely.
Yeah. Look, I don't mind visiting anywhere. Sure, if I get to go visit, I suppose that's different than living there.
I have ice cream year-round.
Yeah.
Winter, summer.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can get ice cream in a lot of places, Steve. Even though those sandwiches look good, I bet you could get homemade ice cream sandwiches somewhere here in the Puget Sound.
Oh, yeah,
I bet somebody does it.
My wife's friend, Jasmine, she makes it.
All right, well,
They're
Jasmine,
really
you don't even have to go to Alaska. Now you got to go to Jasmine's.
Her kid's birthday party, she was making them.
All right, so
homemade cookies.
How many kids has she got?
3.
Oh, all right. So 3 times a year you can get those wonderful Jasmine cookies.
They're pretty good.
That doesn't sound right, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, she's got like a food truck. It's like Jazzy's Cookies or something.
Oh,
like
so
that.
she's legit.
Yeah.
Well,
Where are they? They're in my belly, BJ.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
What do I want from you? Jasmine's ice cream
cookies. They haven't been doing anything because of the world that we're in.
Hey, Jazzy Cookie, come on.
Well, what are you going to do? You got people
can we get it at
Someone says Hot Licks ice cream in Fairbanks is amazing.
Hot Licks.
Malted grape nuts. Sounds gross, but it was so good.
Wow, that does sound gross.
Someone said, PSA, do not go to a strip club in Alaska. Last time I went, the stripper was like 7 months pregnant.
Awesome.
Well, some people are into that. Some people are into that. Maybe that's where you go for that particular type of entertainment.
And someone said, I had Thai when I was in Fairbanks. It wasn't terrible.
That's my favorite kind of restaurant to go to. The one that's
terrible.
Not
the
terrible.
Best Yelp review ever.
It was food. I ate it. It was just boring.
Yeah. All right. Well,
someone agrees with me. I used to work at McDonald's. Our ice cream sales would be higher in the winter than in the summer.
Well, it's comfort food.
Yep.
And frankly,
and it's delicious no matter when.
And I got to be thinking, in some cases, maybe it's like a warm treat compared to what you're normally used to in Alaska. Like, what if ice cream is basically like it heats you up?
Because it's like hot soup. Yeah. I just want some of that cold ice cream to cool me down.
Because it's that freaking cold up there. You're like, oh, ice cream's not as cold as outside. Oh, all right. Well, you get to go, Steve. I'll let you.
Why don't we all go?
Because I'm going to go to a tropical climate.
See, I had that conversation with my wife, too. I was like, she wants to do one of those cruises one day. And I'm like, oh, we should do the cruise to Alaska's right here. That'd be kind of fun.
I heard it is beautiful, depending on the kind you take.
Right. And she's like, why do I want to go on a cruise to somewhere cold? I'm like, I don't really have a good argument for that, but I heard it's cool.
I've had that exact same argument with my girlfriend because she's like, we're going to Mexico to go lay on beaches all day. And I was like, no, but Alaska, you get to see like ice and stuff. And I was like, as I'm saying this, I can't. I understand your point.
We'll go.
Yeah. Well, yes.
You have to,
because you love Titanic, so you like ice things.
It's true.
Yeah. Danny, why don't you just run into a snowbank? That's all you got to do, and you'll have the same experience.
All right.
Yeah. You have to be a person that has multiple vacations a year and money to go, because then you could say, all right, we'll waste one of our vacation weeks going to Alaska, because who's going to want to do that if you only have 2 weeks a year? Don't you want to go to, like, Mexico? That's where you'd want to go.
Well, it's each your own.
Yeah. All right, well, but your wife is not going to go.
No, she does not want to go to Alaska at all.
And we have these horrible Northwest winters, which is why going
horrible.
Well, they are.
What, they're 40 degrees and wet.
It's that. Well, I mean, the sort of sads. It's always gray, and so
sure,
getting the sunshine, going to Alaska.
I bet it's sunny
in winter.
Yeah,
no, the sun don't come out in the winter until for an hour a day or something like that. It's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was there in like March or April, and
I bet that hour is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know why you want to go to this place. I really don't. I mean, in the summer it can be really, really gorgeous, and you might be able to still see some icebergs if you go maybe springish or fallish. I don't know, but in the dead of winter, don't you watch enough Deadliest Catch to realize what a brutal place that can be?
Well, when we didn't have cable, we were stuck with 3 channels, and one of the channels seemed to play the ice truckers.
Oh, those were cool.
And did they look like they were having fun in Alaska?
No, they look like they were having a terrible time trying to drive on ice. But I'm not driving a truck.
Oh, okay. So we got that covered.
Yeah.
Are you going to do any fishing with any of the captains?
None.
Okay, so you don't get that going on.
I just want to eat ice cream.
No time bending
and
for
wrestle.
you. Okay, good. All right, fair enough. Wrestling and ice cream. Well, see, wrestling I get. You'll be going to a destination, and that'll be fun.
Something fun to do.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Because your wife's not going to go watch you wrestle in Alaska, right?
No, she won't come watch me wrestle in, like, Tacoma. What do you think?
I
mean, she's going to go to Alaska to watch me?
I remember that.
Pretend fight my friends?
My wife would... Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. Honey, would you come watch me pretend fight my friends, please? Yeah.
I'll put extra oil on for you, babe.
No. Whoa.
I don't put any oil on.
Well, you know what? I never really was going to go, but if you're going to put extra oil, I'll go.
Yes. Well, someone says there's a place called the ABC. It's a gentleman's club.
Oh.
The ABC.
See, that's a completely different experience than Hawaii.
It stands for the Alaskan Bush Company.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Hey, it's got 4 stars on Google.
That's 3 more stars than I thought it would get.
It's 3 stars on Yelp.
I love that they didn't change
2.5 more stars than I thought it would get.
Yeah. I love that they didn't change their name, because obviously when grooming styles changed, they were like, you know what, we're still the Alaskan Bush Company. We don't care.
Well, it's cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Great Alaskan Bush Company.
Well.
Oh, my gosh.
All righty.
Let's image search this place.
Yeah. Okay, go for it, buddy.
There's typos on the website. This place.
Look at their logo.
Oh, whoa. That is amazing. I don't even know if we can describe their logo without getting in trouble.
Really. There's 2 legs going in certain directions.
Yeah.
In the middle of it appears to be a bear poking its head out from beneath a bush.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Rawr.
Yeah. Look like someone's giving birth to a bear in a bush.
Do they have a T-shirt?
Yeah, you can't wear that T-shirt anywhere.
What are you talking about?
You will not be able to wear that T-shirt.
No, you're right.
There's just no way.
Oh, they got different T-shirts, though.
Okay, great.
There's one called the Great Alaskan Bush Pilot, Exploring the Last Frontier.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I can't wear that shirt. I just realized what it is.
Oh, I just noticed that,
It's like a spaceship inside the cockpit.
It's an airplane, not a spaceship. Jesus.
Yeah, they're talking... Wow. Steve, are you okay over there?
I don't know what he's doing anymore.
Do you see what's outside of it?
I do see that. Yeah, the cockpit's flying to the place where a cockpit would go. Yeah, and I can see the mountains there it's going to as well.
For half a second, I thought, this shirt's totally fine to wear.
Yeah.
I didn't notice what was outside the window.
Yeah, you're not wearing that.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
They probably don't even have soft style
You
shirts.
gotta love
anyway.
the fact that they sell those and people are buying them. Who the hell is walking around with that shirt on? Either one of them.
Wow, that is graphic.
It sure
Right?
is. And the bear, and also every one of
they
them.
do have a shirt of the bear one.
Yeah, and that also is pretty.
Those mountain peaks are kind of interesting.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Those have a little snow on top.
That's you know what, Wyoming? We found a different set of Grand Tetons. I think you're going to have to bow to Alaska and a great bush company there. Yep, it's just like Northern Exposure portrayed. It seems like it's a very quirky, awesome place.
Overexposure.
Yeah. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
While viewing an operation on Seinfeld, what kind of candy do Kramer and Jerry drop into the body?
Oh, great episode. The Whopper.
No.
Oh, was it Juju Mint?
No.
Oh, man, I know the episode. A Juju Bean?
No.
Oh, you were so close.
Junior Mint.
Yeah, there we go. That was the answer. You want a shot at PDC? You got a 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.